What up, you sexy motherfuckers? We are back with D3 guide. This is going to be for the Barbarian Whirlwind build. More like a speed variation. It's not going to be a Greater Rift pushing build or anything like that. But this is just something I've been playing around with. There's a couple different variations, but I'll go through my variation. Um, there's only a couple items difference between these whirlwind builds. So, first off, we'll talk about the items that you will be using. We will be using the 6-piece Wrath of the Waste set, which gives you the 2-set bonus is increase the damage per second of rend by 500% and its duration to 15 seconds. That we don't really care about that. The 4-set during Whirlwind, you gain 50% damage reduction and your applied rend deals triple damage. So the Whirlwind benefit is what we care about there. Also, the 6-set bonus, Whirlwind gains the effect of the Dust Devil rune, and all Whirlwind damage is increased by 800%, which is the main reason why we're using this set bonus. Also, for the weapons, this is also going to be the Bulkathus Oath set. The 2-set bonus, increase Fury generation by 10%. During Whirlwind, you gain 30% increased attack speed and movement speed, which is helpful for speeds anyway. So after that, for the belt, I like to use the Warcry belt, Chin Length's chain, however you say that. The affix is using Warcry increases the movement speed for you and all allies by 39, up to 40% for 10 seconds. The one I've got only gives me 39%, but 1% isn't too much, seeing as we don't get increased damage by movement speed, so we're just losing out on 1% movement speed, which isn't too bad. I like to do that. You can use the Ignore Pain belt, and there's a few other belts that you can use, but this is the one I like to run with. For the rings, we're running with Convention of Elements, Obsidian Ring, and Skull Grasp. One of them will be in the cube, so just whatever you got a better roll with, use it, wear it, and then cube the poorly rolled one. For the amulet, you can pretty much use any amulet you want, doesn't really matter. At the moment, I'm using Overwhelming Desire, because chance on hit to charm the enemy. While charmed, the enemy takes 35% increased damage, which is also nice. For this build, I find that I have a little bit of struggle with my toughness. So for the braces, you can wear Nems. Okay, Nems is an obvious choice if you've got enough toughness, or you can wear Ancient Parthan Defenders. At the moment, I'm wearing Nems just to see how we go with that. For the gems, like I said, I have trouble with my toughness, so I've got diamonds in my armor slots. You need diamond in your helm. You need and then you can either use diamonds or rubies in your chest and legs. In the weapons, you would want emeralds, obviously, increase that damage. For your legendary gems, you will want Taeguk, Bane of the Trapped, and the third one is completely optional. You can use Wreath of Lightning, Goguk, Bane of the Powerful, Pain Enhancer. It doesn't really matter what you use there. I like to use Wreath of Lightning because of that movement speed. As we get into it later, if you don't have enough cooldown, then running Goguk might be the best option. So for the cube, my items are in the weapon slot, we've got the Furnace, and in the armor slot, we got Mantle of Channeling, and then for the jewelry, one of the 3 rings that I mentioned before. For the stat priorities on our gear, we want cooldown reduction, pretty much main, because of one of our skills, Wrath of the Berserker. We want that up constantly, so we need as much cooldown to keep that up constant, which will help with our Obsidian Ring to get that back down. So with cooldown, about 50% would be good. 50% probably is best. So you got cooldown reduction first, and then crit chance, crit damage, and then fire damage also helps. Fire damage or area damage, and then obviously strength and vitality and stuff like that. After that, we've gone through gems. Paragons. Okay, Paragons, I like to obviously movement speed first. Don't worry too much about maximum fury. Put the rest into strength or vitality, if depending on what you need. Put it in strength, especially if you're not playing hardcore. If you're playing softcore, put it in strength, and then adjust vitality from there. If you need more, then add a bit into there. For the offense, cooldown reduction first, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, then attack speed. For defense, doesn't really matter what variation you go with resist or armor. One of those, you want those two first, then life, then regen. With utility, resource cost reduction, then either area damage or life per hit, and then gold find after that. Now, for our skills, this is a way that I like to set it up. You don't have to set it up this way, but just whatever feels comfortable for you. I like to use Whirlwind, Volcanic Eruption, Wrath of the Berserker, Insanity. With the Insanity rune, you gain 50% increased damage. With the Whirlwind, with the Volcanic Eruption, turns Whirlwind into a torrent of magma that deals 400% weapon damage as fire. So that's why you might want the 5% damage on your braces or amulet or something like that. Then we got Threatening Shout. There's a couple different ones that you can use. I like to use Falter. Enemies instead take 25% increased damage for 6 seconds. That's the one I like to use. Then we've got Battle Rage. Again, this is completely up to you. I like to use Marauder's Rage, increased damage bonus to 15%. You can also use Ferocity, increase movement speed by 15%, or Bloodshed, critical hits cause an explosion of blood, dealing 20% of the damage done to all other enemies nearby. Then I like to use Sprint. I'll move on to the next one. Warcry, I like to use Impunity. It doesn't really matter what Warcry that you use. So just pick the one that you feel more comfortable with. Then for the fourth skill, it's pretty much up to you what you want to use. I like to use Sprint just for that extra movement speed because I like to run around like a madman. I use Marathon, increase the movement speed bonus to 40% for 4 seconds, and you can pretty much keep that up constantly. So that's the skill I like to use, but play around with it yourself. For the passives, I like to use Berserker Rage. You deal 25% additional damage while near maximum fury. You can pretty much keep that up. You can keep your fury up maximum pretty much as long as you're attacking enemies. Then I like to use Ruthless. You deal 40% additional damage to enemies below 30%. I like to use Weapon Master because using the mighty weapons, you gain 2 fury per hit, which helps our Berserker Rage. Then Boon of the Bukathos. Reduce your cooldown of your Wrath of the Berserker by 30 seconds, which is also a bonus. So, next on, let me talk about the rotation of what you want to do. It's super simple, super simple. All you do is just pretty much hold down Whirlwind. Maybe if there's not many enemies near you, then just run like normal. But otherwise, just keep holding down Whirlwind. Keep your Wrath of the Berserker up constantly. Warcry up whenever possible, because as soon as you press Warcry, you get that up to 40% movement speed for 10 seconds. And then hit that, just makes you move faster. Keep Sprint up if you're using Sprint constantly, pretty much. As soon as the effect wears off, hit it again. It's pretty simple. Battle Rage, you can hit that as soon as you enter the Rift or GR, whatever you're doing. And then Threatening Shout, whenever you get into a mob of enemies, just smash that button. As soon as it comes off cooldown, smash it again. It doesn't hurt. It generates fury. It doesn't cost fury, so that definitely helps. So that's pretty much it. It's super simple gameplay. So the rest of this video will just be a little bit of gameplay, going through some rifts, going through a greater rift, seeing how the gameplay looks, how I go about it. But yeah, so that's pretty much the build. I'd like to say thank you all for watching. Hit that like button if this helped you at all, if you enjoyed this video. Also hit that like button if you want me to do more build videos. Hit that subscribe button because the season's coming out. I will be uploading a couple more Diablo 3 videos in a row. So be sure to wait and check them out. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you've got any changes or recommendations for this build. Let's help some other people out. So always check the comment section. But until next time, guys, bye.